You don't have to have a script when you're pitching to the production company or network, unless you're a writer who is unproven. And by unproven, I mean really new. Nobody in the studio and the network knows who you are, and they don't know your work. You need to have some sort of sample to prove that what you're pitching, you're able to actually do. There was a writer, I'll tell a quick story. When I first started working here, I was reading a multitude of scripts and hearing probably 8 to 10 pitches a day just to try and get a development slate put together. And an agent called me one night and said, I have this young writer and he's written this terrific feature script. I'd love for you to read it because he's got a great pitch. I read the script that night and I loved it. I thought it was terrific. He didn't have a lot of experience. He'd never had anything produced to that point. He came in the next day, he heard the pitch. I heard the pitch, and the pitch that he told was something that was very difficult for me to sell because it was 23 investigative days in a crime, and it was so serialized. I just didn't think that the broadcast networks would be interested, but I was very interested in what the core of the pitch was, and we developed that. And when it came time to go sell it, no network in town wanted to hear it because they didn't know who he was, and I was new to this job, so my word didn't count for a lot at that time. And the studio heard the pitch and really liked it, but I begged the other networks in town to read this young writer. Finally, CBS read him and called me on a Tuesday and said, we'll hear it Friday night at 6 o'clock. It was late October. Laverne McKinnon was in the room, and she bought the pitch in the room, and it became Criminal Minds, and it is now in its 4th season. And you know, thank God somebody read this guy because he was a real talent that had been undiscovered. But had he not had that script, that never would have sold.